you can become a better version of yourself every day. Have you ever felt like your life is just moving along without any real change? The routine feels like an endless loop. Wake up in the morning, work, go home, sleep, and repeat the same thing the next day. Sometimes we pause, look back, and realize not much has really progressed. The dreams we once thought would soon come true are still stuck in our heads. The bad habits we wanted to let go of are still there, and time seems to move faster than our steps. But becoming a better person doesn't always mean making huge leaps or waiting for some magical moment that changes everything. More often, real transformation happens through small, consistent steps, habits built with patience, and a mindset trained every single day, little by little, day by day. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus understood this centuries ago. They believed that true progress doesn't come from mastering the world, but from mastering ourselves, our thoughts, emotions, and actions. They taught that each day is a blank page we can fill with learning, doing good, correcting mistakes, and living with purpose. What you need isn't a miracle, but a clear direction and the courage to start, no matter how small the step. Because if you choose to, today can be the turning point you've been looking for.
First, focus on what you can control. One of the core lessons of Stoicism is to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "Some things are in our control and some are not." While it may sound simple, truly grasping this boundary can be one of the most powerful mental skills you'll ever develop. The problem is, we often waste energy on things entirely outside our reach. Other people's opinions of us, the global economy, the weather that ruins our plans, or the final outcome of an effort we've already made. As a result, we feel drained and frustrated, as if we never have full control over our lives. But Stoicism teaches that true happiness comes when we focus our attention on what we actually can manage, our thoughts, our attitude, and our actions today. By shifting our focus to our own sphere of control, we free ourselves from unnecessary mental burdens. For example, instead of complaining about an uncooperative coworker, you can choose to remain professional, complete your tasks to the best of your ability, and keep communication clear. Or, when bad weather cancels an important event, rather than being angry all day, you can take it as an opportunity to rest or work on something you've been putting off. When you make it a habit to sort out what you can and can't control, life starts to feel lighter. The energy you used to waste on anger or worry can now be directed toward actions that truly make a difference. As the Stoics believed, mastering yourself is far more valuable than trying to master the world. Second, turn obstacles into training grounds for character. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This isn't just poetic, it's one of the foundations of Stoic thought. In Stoicism, obstacles aren't signs to stop, but invitations to grow. Every challenge holds hidden potential to make us stronger, more patient, and wiser. The trouble is, most people see obstacles as disasters or setbacks, yet that's exactly where we find opportunities to train our resilience. Just like muscles grow stronger when pushed against heavy weights, our character is forged under life's pressure. If we start to see challenges as personal trainers, frustration can turn into curiosity. What can I learn from this? For example, when a project you've been working on for months suddenly gets canceled by a client, your instinct might be anger or disappointment. But with a Stoic mindset, you might instead analyze the cause, understand what could be improved, and use that knowledge to make the next project even better. Or if your sales target isn't met despite your hard work, instead of blaming market conditions, you could take it as a chance to sharpen your strategies and expand your network. Obstacles are a natural part of life's journey. We can't always choose the road, but we can always choose how to walk it. And that's where real character training happens. Not when things are easy, but when the uphill climb forces us to become stronger. Third, improve yourself, not to outshine others. In Stoic philosophy, the healthiest competition is with yourself, not with others. Seneca once wrote, "He who improves himself every day will have accomplished much." This emphasizes that the true measure of success lies in personal growth, not in how far ahead we leave others behind. The challenge is, we live in an era where comparing ourselves to others feels almost automatic. Social media, news of success, and friends' achievements can make us feel behind. But the Stoics remind us that everyone walks their own path, at their own pace, with their own challenges. Comparing our journey to someone else's only drains our energy and adds to our anxiety. When the focus shifts from beating others to improving yourself, you create space to grow without unnecessary pressure. You can assess your strengths and weaknesses more honestly and take small steps forward. For example, instead of feeling jealous of a friend's skyrocketing career, you recognize that your journey is unique. You choose to hone skills relevant to your own goals and measure progress by what you've learned and accomplished compared to yesterday. Similarly, if you used to obsess over outperforming a coworker, now you focus on learning new techniques, improving productivity, or strengthening professional relationships. This shift not only makes you calmer, but also more consistent, because your motivation comes from within, not from external competition. True self-improvement is not about winning against others, but about continually evolving. That's a victory no one can take from you. Fourth, be disciplined in small actions. Big changes often start with small steps done consistently. In Stoicism, success isn't the result of a once-in-a-lifetime spectacular moment, but the accumulation of daily habits carried out with discipline. A Stoic doesn't wait for inspiration to act. They know that small, repeated actions shape both character and outcomes in extraordinary ways. Epictetus reminds us, small progress is still progress if you do not stop. This simple truth carries deep meaning. Even one step each day will take you far if you don't quit. Unfortunately, many people get stuck in an all-or-nothing mindset. They postpone starting because they feel unprepared to make huge changes all at once, when in fact, big changes are born from consistent small actions. For instance, instead of forcing yourself into a 2-hour workout once a month, you commit to a 20-minute walk every day. It may seem minor, but over months, it builds endurance and lasting health. Likewise with writing. Rather than cramming hundreds of pages in a day, you write 1 page each night. By year's end, that's a full book. Small actions also give us room to adjust and learn without overwhelming pressure. Mistakes in the early steps won't stop us. They become valuable feedback for the next move. That's why in Stoicism, discipline in small things is as important as grand achievements. In the end, a good life is built from thousands of tiny actions we repeat every day. Fifth, reflect on your life daily. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most well-known Stoic figures, had a simple but powerful habit. Each night, he wrote personal notes to evaluate his thoughts, actions, and attitudes throughout the day. These notes weren't meant for others. They were a mirror for himself, helping him see honestly who he was and where he was headed. Stoicism teaches that daily reflection is key to staying on course. By taking time to pause and think, we can catch mistakes before they become habits, appreciate even the smallest wins, and plan conscious improvements. This isn't just about recalling the day's events, it's about examining them with the intent to build stronger character and deeper wisdom. This process also allows us to acknowledge shortcomings without harsh self-judgment. A Stoic doesn't let guilt consume them, but uses it as motivation to do better tomorrow. As Seneca taught, a person who judges himself every day will seldom do wrong. For example, before going to bed, you could ask yourself, what did I do well today? What can I do better tomorrow? From that simple question, you might realize you successfully controlled your emotions during a workplace problem, but neglected your health by skipping meals. With that awareness, you can plan small adjustments to fix the weakness and maintain the strengths. Daily reflection doesn't need much time. 5 to 10 minutes is enough, but its benefits can shape a mindset that's wiser, calmer, and more intentional. Over time, this habit ensures you're not just living life, but truly understanding and steering it. Finally, becoming a better version of yourself every day is not a short trip, it's a lifelong journey. Stoicism teaches that progress is not measured by how quickly we reach our goals, but by how consistently we move forward, even through obstacles and uncertainty. Every day is a new opportunity to improve your mind, strengthen your character, and act in line with your values. We may not always see immediate results, but like drops of water slowly shaping stone, small repeated actions will mold us into someone stronger, calmer, and wiser. As Marcus Aurelius said, our life is what our thoughts make it. So control your mind, refine your attitude, and let yourself grow, bit by bit, every single day. This journey doesn't demand perfection, only the courage to start and the perseverance to keep going. In the end, you'll realize that becoming a better person isn't about changing the world outside, but about transforming the world within you first.